Welcome back to Access All Areas. Damien Barrett and I joined by the Melbourne skipper Jack Trengove. Thanks for joining us, Jack, and congratulations. Big win yesterday.
Yeah, thanks for that. It's good to get the number 2 on the board and get a bit more confidence within the group. And, you know, we're slowly building, but yeah, it was good signs yesterday.
There's a bit going on in that game yesterday, wasn't there? Particularly with ex-demon Tom Scully being part of it. How was it for you as captain of that team playing against this guy on screen here?
Yeah, I don't know. We just treated it like any other game. Obviously, the crowd was getting quite involved, but you know the players weren't reading too much into it, and it was just another game. And yeah, it was just, as I said, good to get the win in the end. What
did you hear from your vantage point on the ground, being offered to Tom by way of advice from off the field?
Oh, there was plenty of boos and whatnot going on from the crowd, but you know you don't hear a whole lot, and from the players' point of view there wasn't much said, and it was just treated as a normal game.
How about some on-field sledging, Jack? Was there any banter between Tom and his old teammates?
No, there was a few bumps and whatnot early on, but I think it was just a bit of fun really, but there wasn't anything too bad said. We don't really hold any grudges against him.
What about sledging? Yeah, it's been in the news recently, of course. Will Minson's been suspended for supposedly pushing the boundaries too far. Are you a sledger? Are you up for it if someone has a crack at you or not?
I'm not really quick-witted enough to be a good sledger. I've never got a good comeback, so I just cop it and keep going. But there's guys out there that are well known for their sledging. But
even you, as young as you are in your footy career, into your 3rd season, have you noticed it increase or decrease over that time, sledging?
No, not so much. It's always one of those things that's going to be present regardless of what rules and whatnot are put in place. But yeah, it depends. Like I'm not a sledger myself, and I usually just cop it and keep moving on, because if I have a player sort of in my ear trying to get me off the game, I think they're off of their game, so I don't read into it too much.
One player who came into your club at the end of last year, Mitch Clark, would he be leading the best and fairest at this stage?
Oh, you have to be up there. He's such a good physical presence, exactly what we needed up there in the forward line, and you know probably as a result of Tom leaving, we've had the ability to get someone like Mitch Clark to the club, which has been great, and he's had a real positive influence on the group.
Now we know as we watched him the first half, he was on fire. It's been a great effort. Came under unusual circumstances to the club. One bit of play I want to show you. His opponent Tim Moore had a little bit of a brain fade, and you guys review games really, really closely. So I'll get you to talk us through this. You'll see Tim Moore there. He's playing on Mitch Clark, and he just goes to sleep and decides to go and goal keep. Gives Mitch a bit of space, and the goal gets kicked.
Right of screen there, does Tim Moore.
You can see him there.
Yep. What's he done wrong, mate? I mean,
you just got to stick with your man as a defender. Got to be there, and you can't go back and do that. I think he's just completely gone to sleep. Talk us about Mark Neal, what he would say in that situation. You're sitting down doing your review today. Would that come up for sure if it was the reverse and a Melbourne player had done that?
Yeah, no doubt. If that was one of our defenders doing that, it's just you can't get caught ball watching these days with footy and how it's moving so quickly at the moment. You've got to be in the game the whole time, and I think that's just shows Tim Moore's inexperience, and Mitchie got a goal at the end of it, which he would have been pretty happy about.
Someone who's also had his, I suppose, ability questioned over the journey is a good mate of yours, Jack Watts. Seems to be now settling into a good role across half-back. What have you made of his form this year, Jack?
Yeah, I think the penny's starting to really drop for him, how hard you have to work to make it at this level, and it's been great for him to go back. And
when did that penny drop? Because people refer to that this year. When do you think that came?
I think in the pre-season he showed a lot of improvement in his work rate and how he attacks training and whatnot, and I think moving back has been a real help for him, just to be able to, his ability to read the play and his skills off the back flank. You know, if anyone's got the ball in their hands, I love watching you kick it to me.
One of the criticisms has been, and it's made from afar, not by people who work with him, but that he's a bit laconic, a little bit blasé, as though it doesn't matter and it's not life and death to him. Is that a fair assessment of him, and is that just 2 years and you need to work with that character maker?
I think, yeah, he has copped criticism for that, but he's one of the biggest, hardest competitors that I've come across. He's so competitive within the group of players at our club, and he's just finding that how much it takes to make it at the next level, and that training intensity is this thing that we've been really hard on him from the start of this pre-season onwards, and Nildy's definitely been saying that as well. So it's probably not so much that he doesn't want it and he doesn't care about being out there. It's just finding out what his limits are and how much it does take.
Bit of Mark War about him. Maybe Jack looks as though he's not trying as hard, but does it well. Yeah. Big fan of Jack Watts. I reckon he'll end up being a great player. Tell us about being captain. Is it harder than you thought?
Oh, look, there's probably a bit of added pressure there, and it doesn't help when you're not winning many games early, and my personal form hasn't been great, but it's just about staying positive, and we're really, we know where we're heading as a group, and I've got a lot of confidence in Mark Nield and what he's bringing to the table each week, and we feel as though we're heading in the right direction, and hopefully yesterday's performance is a bit of a showing that in a way.
Jack, I heard you talk about your own personal form, but to me that's one of the traps, I reckon, of being a captain, is that sometimes you start worrying about everyone else and you take responsibility. Can I help out? Can I make sure Jack Watts is right? Have you had to sort of sit back and say, the first thing I've got to do is look after myself, and when that's right, then I can start assisting other people?
Yeah, I think that's the best form of leadership, is getting your own game right initially and leading from the front in that way, and then helping others. And there probably has been an element of that to a degree, of me trying to help out other players and not worrying about myself enough. And all the boys are right behind me though, and it's just a matter of continually staying positive and working hard out in the training track, and it'll eventually turn.
You're only 13 rounds into this captaincy career of yours. What do you know now that you didn't know at the time? And a lot's been compacted into that 13 weeks, hasn't it? But right now, what have you learnt?
Yeah, well, I think this year especially, it's been, as a leadership group, we've been a lot about unconditional leadership, no matter of how we're going on the particular day, whether we're up or down. It's just staying consistent with our leadership, and that's something that we've had to deal with quite a lot, because more often than not we've been down during games. It's just about remaining positive and keeping sort of the morale of the group always up, and that's been pretty hard at times, but I think we've done it well, and hopefully we can continue to do that even if the results start turning our way as well.
Yeah. We talked before about the penny dropping. It was your turn with Jack Watts. What dropped with the club itself, or the team itself, to get that first win against Essendon and now back it up with another one against GWS? What was it that stopped the losses?
Yeah, well, I think we've shown in quarters and little passages of play throughout the season that it's all there. It's just a matter of doing it for longer periods of time. And against Essendon, we were able to sort of sustain it for a four-quarter effort for the first time, which resulted in a win, which was great. And just getting that confidence to know that you have the ability to do it, and just it's about doing that consistently each week.
Talented family, yours, Jack. Your sister Jess is going to run for Australia in the marathon in London. It's a brilliant effort. Round 19, you're playing the Suns when the marathon's underway. I believe the rest of the family are going to be in London?
Yeah, the whole family's going over, so I'll be the only one back here, but hopefully I'll find a bit of time to find a TV and watch her run. It's, 2 hours, so I'm sure I'll be able to find some point.
Great effort, isn't it? She was probably hoping to go to maybe Brazil in 4 years' time. She's qualified a little ahead of time.
Yeah, it was her first marathon that she actually got the qualifying time, and as you said, she was sort of had a long-term goal to make the next Olympics, but it's just so happened that she's made this one, so I couldn't be happier for her. Great
effort. A quick reminder of our OPSM poll question. Head to our AFL Facebook page to register your vote. Which Thursday night TV show do you prefer? Is it the Channel 9 Footy Show or Before the Game? Which one is it for you, Jack?
I'd be Before the Game at the moment.
Come on, Jack.
Yeah.
I like your honesty, Jack. He's just given Damo a beautiful backhander as we leave. Congratulations on the win. Good luck with the rest of the season. I think you're doing a great job.
Thanks a lot for that, guys.
Jack Tringo, the skipper of the Melbourne Football Club. That's all we've got time for on Access All Areas. Make sure you catch up with Damo on Friday. Scotty Waters is their special guest with Lee Matthews. For us now, it's goodbye. See you next Monday.